Welcome back to the channel. Arsenal nil, Liverpool nil. Not the best performance. Honestly, that second half was absolutely shocking. As we were going into that game, I genuinely thought we'd get the job done. Liverpool were missing key players. Isak, Ekitike, Salah, all out for this game. Ekitike and Isak were injured. Salah still at AFCON. I thought we would get the job done here. They're missing key attackers. They're going to struggle going long. It's going to be difficult getting out from the back, but that was not the case in the second half. In the first half, we created a few openings, a couple of cutbacks, but there was nobody in the middle to tuck it away. It was a nothing first half. We had a lot of the ball. It was really slow. Alisson didn't really have to make any major saves. There was no world-class saves from him. But we definitely looked the better team. For the first 20-25 minutes, it was all us on the ball. Liverpool had a spell, 10-15 minutes. They got back into the game slowly. They had that opportunity. The mix-up at the back between Saliba and Raya. Connor Bradley hit the bar. But towards the end of the half, I feel like we were the better team. And then I had a lot of hope going into the second half, especially given how the Aston Villa game went. First half, not too good. Second half, we completely turned it around. We stepped up. I was expecting more of the same in this game. But the second half was absolutely abysmal. It was a shocking display. As I said earlier, Liverpool were missing key players. They were missing the attackers. I thought they would struggle getting out. What ended up happening is they had all of the ball and we applied no pressure at all. And when we did have the ball, we couldn't string more than 3 passes together. Rice and Zubimendi kept kicking the ball out for throw-ins. The defenders were really slow on the ball. The whole thing was just so slow. It was side to side when we had the ball, and that was not a lot during that second half. Liverpool had all the possession, all the time in the world. Konate and Van Dijk spent a lot of time in our half. They spent a lot of time in the final third. They were pushing up so high, Liverpool. They were just lacking key players up top. Had Frimpong played slightly better, played 1 or 2 decisive passes, they would have scored and we would have dropped more than 2 points. Alisson in the second half, I don't think he made any key saves. I know he saved a header from Gabriel Jesus that had absolutely no power on it. He was trying to direct it back where it came from, straight at him. Martinelli then had an opportunity later in the game where he got past Connor Bradley. He directed it and it was more or less a simple save for Alisson. One real clear-cut opportunity, and even that, Trossard beat Connor Bradley, tried to find Saka. Unfortunately, Zubimendi tried to bring it down and control it instead of dummying it and letting it go through to Saka. Had he have done that, Saka would have had a one-on-one with Alisson. We could have been ahead, and that was extremely early on in the second half. And after that, it was not a good watch at all. That second half was absolutely diabolical. In my opinion, we've dropped 2 key points here. Going into the game, I felt confident. I felt like we could get the job done at home, but it definitely feels like 2 points dropped rather than a point gained. Obviously, it's just this particular game. When you're looking at the season as a whole, we've done a great job. We're still 6 clear. But this particular game, the performance was dire. It was not a good watch. Liverpool ended the game on extremely low XG, as did we. The difference is we had everybody on the pitch. They were missing players. I mean, when you look at the performances in this game, Gabriel, you can say, had a very good game. Good blocks, good headers. Saliba, he had a decent game. Other than the mistake that he made, he had a good game all round. But when you look at the other players, the midfielders especially, they were not good today. I mean, I say that. In the first half, I feel like Zubimendi had a good game. But in the second half, Rice and Zubimendi, Odegaard as well, very poor. But yeah, Gabriel would probably be our man of the match. As for Liverpool, you look at them, they were solid. They were extremely solid, Liverpool. You can look at a lot of Liverpool players and say they could have won man of the match. Their defence, solid. Van Dijk, Konate, even Kirkez in the second half. In the first half, Saka gave him a whole load of trouble. He was beating him over and over again, tore him to pieces, but in the second half, even Kirkez turned it around. Bradley had a good game. Unfortunately, he went down at the end with an injury. When you look at their midfielders, they played particularly well. McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, they had a good game. I think the Liverpool players as a whole played extremely well. They were solid, very unexpected given how they've been playing this season. But it was just really poor from us. Really poor from us. But yeah, it was a disappointing result. I wanted the 3 points. We'd have been 8 ahead. We're 6 ahead now. It is still our title. It's in our hands. I believe we'll get the job done. Disappointing result. We move on. It's FA Cup next for Arsenal. Let's get back to winning ways there.